Hello everyone! So this is the video about how to use your body as a pendulum, and it goes with week 2 of the course, I believe. So using your body as a pendulum, this particular technique that I'm gonna show you, the first one, was introduced to me by Zelda Hoteling, and she's a sound healer and Native American shaman. She's really awesome. And it wasn't completely new for me because my mom is a kinesiologist. So I was familiar with the notion of asking your body questions and getting answers. I just didn't know how to do it for myself really well. I knew how to do it for other people, not for myself. So this first way of doing it that I'm going to show you, I personally find gives more subtle results, and that's my personal favorite one to use because it's I can use it for many different things. I don't have to limit myself to very physical questions, and it's the answers I get are more subtle than with the other one. So I'm going to demonstrate the first one, and the first thing that you want to do is you want to tell your body, hey, we're going to do something. So one way to do that is to go like this and like this, which is basically 2 taps on the shoulder and 2 taps on the heart. And you're basically telling your body, hey, pay attention, we're going to do something with you. So once you've done that, you're going to stand up. I'm going to show it. You're going to stand up, and I'm going to stand this way so you can actually see what's happening. So you're going to have your eyes open and you're going to look straight in front of you. Don't close your eyes because then it messes up your balance and you don't get clear answers. And you're going to keep your body relaxed, and you're going to tell your body, hi, hey, we're going to use you as a pendulum. I'm going to use you as a pendulum. And then you're going to ask your body, can you please give me a yes? And something like this should happen. And then you're going to ask your body, can you please give me a no? And something like this should happen. So I've been doing this for a while, so my body reacts quite quickly. It might take a little longer, especially in the beginning, because your body has to catch on that you're actually trying to communicate, to say, hey, I see you. So you might be standing like this for a little bit before you actually get a yes or a no. Don't discourage yourself, and just don't get discouraged, and just keep asking. Like if you don't get an answer, say, can you please give me a yes? And you just wait a little more. And you really don't have to do anything. You have to be really relaxed and just follow where the energy is taking you. And it's usually quite clear. Like it's not, you'll feel it. You'll feel your body go one way or the other way. And so the more you do that, and the clearer the answers are going to be, and the faster the answers are going to be, unless the answer is ambiguous. And that's when I say you can get more subtlety. It's like I get more subtlety depending on how fast the answer comes or how clear it is. If it's not really clear, then I know it's kind of a yes but or no but. So ultimately you'll be able to feel all the different subtleties, and also you'll be able to feel the energy without necessarily having to move a lot. So, for instance, the most of the time when I use this, I'm sitting down. So it's the same. I'm sitting down, I'm looking straight forward, and I ask my body, can you please give me a yes? And can you please give me a no? And it takes a little more time because you're sitting down. It's a little more subtle. So I know when I want a really clear answer, when I want to be sure, I stand up and I do it standing up. But if I'm, if I'm doing it on the fly, kind of, then that is also acceptable. And at some point, the more you do it, at some point you'll be able to feel, actually feel the flow of energy without having to move. And that's what I've been doing this for a while, and it's very useful, especially when I'm working with people. Because obviously when I'm working with people, I don't want to be going like this or like this. Because they're going to start looking at me like, what's going on? So what happens is that I ask the question, and then I can feel whether the energy is going that way or is going that way. And I don't have, like, my body doesn't have to move. I can just feel it. And that will come, like, the more you do it, and the faster and the more sensitive you become to the response. Like, your perceptions will start opening up in that regard. So that's the first way. And the second way is more of a kinesiology kind of based, kinesiology-based way. So you're going to take your dominant hand, which is your writing hand, unless you used to be a lefty and they forced you to write on the right hand, or your dominant hand might be still the left one. So you're going to take your dominant hand, which for me is the right one, and you're going to do this. You're going to kind of plunk your thumb and forefinger into a duck or a chicken, depending on how you look at it. And then you're going to take your other hand, and you're going to take your thumb and your pinky and plug them together, and with some force. It's like, it's not just like, oh, I'm caressing that. I'm like plugging a socket together. And then you're going to take your duck and you're going to put it into your socket, and you're going to ask you questions. Like, in this case, I'm going to say, oh, please give me a yes. And I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this with those fingers, with the same force that I'm putting in this connection. So can you please give me a yes? And as you can see, my fingers are staying quite connected. And then I'm going to go, can you please give me a no? And I'm going to do the same. And there you go. And there you go. It's very clear. It opens right away. So you have to put the same force into those fingers and into those fingers, into the opening of them. And you'll see it's usually also very clear that when it holds, and when it lets go, it really lets go. Like, there's nothing you can do to keep them together, you know. This is a very good way to ask really physically oriented questions, like, if you want to test different foods, for instance, you would test different food with that, and you get a yes or a no about how your body feels about them. Or if you want to test different supplements, or if you want to ask questions like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough water? Etc., etc. That's how I use it. I don't use it for more subtle questions, and I don't use it for asking questions of my true self, for instance, because muscle involvement is different, and I like the first one because there's no muscle involved. It's really an energy flow. So it's, for me, I get more information from that. When my muscles are involved, it's a little more tricky. So what I would recommend doing is to really get the first way down really solid in your body, to really feel, how do you perceive it? What's the differences? How do you like it? Are you getting information from it? And then when that is really down, to start using that one and see how do you perceive that one. Because there are also subtleties about this one. They're just different. And I would not work on both perceptions at the same time, because that can be confusing, and then you're going to start getting answers that won't make sense. You'll be like, that's weird, strange answer. So I would do one and then the other. And that's it. And using your body as a pendulum is a really, really great tool that you can use for anything from asking about physical questions to asking things of your true self. And if you work with guides and transformational beings, you can also ask them stuff. I use it all the time, and it's been extremely helpful in my evolution, in my path. And for energy hygiene, it's extremely helpful because you can define right away, like, oh, is this mine? Is this not mine? What is good for me? What is not good for me? So have fun with that, experiment, and I'll see you next week.